I'm coming up on 2 years of sobriety, and I want to share with you in this video, for those of you who are on this journey with me or want to be on this journey with me or thinking about it, come along. It's nice over here. In this talk, I'm going to share with you how it's going to help your relationship with yourself and how it's really going to help your relationship with other people as well. It's going to really be a big boon for your relationships if you can stick with this. So welcome in, fam. Much love, Trap here. If that sounds interesting to you, please hit the thumbs up button. It does matter. Please subscribe, and as always, turn on the bell for notifications if you haven't. Check back, put up videos 4 or 5 days a week. Been doing it for years. So in this video, I've been sober for, it'll be 2 years in June, so I'll make another video then saying April, May, 2 months away. I'm sharing the 2-year experience, but man, it's been awesome. You can tell I'm healthy, I'm sharp. A lot of good things have happened for me in this time. A lot less anxiety, better sleep, more clarity. Certain goals have been accomplished. Better financial position, healthier. A lot of relationship learning, and my relationships are quite a bit better, and I'm going to tell you why. And the first is relationship with yourself. Committing to be sober is committing to set boundaries with yourself, saying that, hey, I know that you want to do these things, but I'm going to take care of you, and I'm going to set rules for you, and you're going to trust, and you're talking to yourself, you're going to trust that I'm benevolent. These rules are for a reason. You're going to be glad, you're going to be happy, it's going to make a difference, and you're going to have to stick with this. And when you're setting rules for yourself and setting boundaries, like I do not drink alcohol, I do not smoke cigarettes, I do not smoke weed, I don't hang out with people who are doing these things. I don't let people, try to avoid having people who do these things consistently in my close inner circle. Try to avoid going out when people are doing these certain rules, and it can be also I don't look at porn. It can be I'm not on the phone for more than 2 hours a day. I turn off the phone by 8:30 p.m. I'm on airplane mode every day because I gotta sleep. So when you're doing these things, sobriety, we can talk about why to do it. We can talk about the motivation or the reasons. I could tell you all the good things that are going to happen. But think about how to do it. How to be sober is really about setting rules and boundaries for yourself and having a lot of respect for yourself and knowing I set these rules, I set these boundaries for a reason, and no matter how I'm feeling, I'm going to respect these rules. I'm going to respect these boundaries for myself. It's not okay. I can't do anything. I can't just do anything. It's not okay for me to do certain things. I'm not going to stand for it, I'm not going to feel good about it, and I'm not going to allow it. So that really improves the relationship with yourself because you're tougher, you're stronger, and you know that you're doing the right thing for yourself. You can feel good, like, yo, I'm making the right decisions, I'm making myself better. So let's talk about how that translates to relationships with other people. So if you have relationships with other people where if you don't have boundaries with yourself, how are you going to have boundaries with other people, right? If there's a certain way that you want to be treated, how are you going to enforce that if you can't enforce how you're treating yourself, right? So once you come outwards, you have boundaries with yourself, you can start to be strict of, this is what I won't accept, right? I won't be, depending on what it is, like, you can't insult me, you can't tease me, you can't joke about me. You may be stricter or less strict. You can't overstep my boundaries in certain areas, like you can't leave a mess in my place, you can't, whatever it is, like you can't put all the work on me and expect me to say nothing. You start to have rules for this is what's okay, this is what's not okay, this is what's allowed, this is what's not allowed. And then when you're doing it with yourself is the hard part. Doing it with other people becomes easy say, hey, you can't speak to me that way, or you can't do that, like you can't. And people might not be happy about it. And the people who don't respect your boundaries, who are used to stepping on you, who are used to doing whatever they want, whether it's making you wait or making you, just having unreciprocal, selfish relationships, those people aren't going to be happy about it, and they're also going to exit your life. And it might be painful at first, but it's going to be a blessing. The people who are left are really going to respect your boundaries. And guess what? You're going to have rules for how you respect their boundaries too. If you have rules for yourself, rules for how you're treated, you're going to have rules for how you treat other people too. I do not, I don't insult people. I'm honest in my dealings with people. I don't steal. I don't scam. I don't lie with other people, and so on. And again, if you're not honest with yourself and strict with yourself, how can you expect to be honest and strict with other people? So it starts from within. And the journey of sobriety is a journey of really boundary setting and rule setting. Like, what is sobriety but a rule, and a set of rules that you establish with yourself. So what ends up happening is the people who stick around respect your boundaries and expect their boundaries to be stuck with, and it becomes also predictable for them about who you are, right? Makes you more reliable. It makes you easier to plan around. People see long-term commitment as well in yourself, for yourself. People are able to plan around you, whether that's friendship, business, mentorship, romance, whatever it is. People can start to have an expectation for the future with you. Allows people to lower their time preference, to plan longer term for you, and has all sorts of benefits there. And it's just going to be pretty great. And those rule setting also is going to expand outwards from sobriety to everything about your life. Life's just going to be more predictable of knowing what to do. You're going to be less lost. A lot of the problem that people have is they have no rules. They have no rules for themselves. So their parents had rules for them. Hopefully, if your parents didn't have rules, then you gotta start from scratch, be your own parent. But like, you can't have friends over on these days, or you gotta be in bed at this time, or you can't, you gotta go to school and so on. And then you grow up and you leave their rules. And part of being an adult is you gotta make your own rules. A big kid has no rules. Their parents, after you graduate from your parents' rules, there's no rules. No, you do whatever you want. You can stay up till 4 a.m., smoking, drinking, looking at porn, playing video games, sleeping until 2 p.m., and be like, this is fine. It's not fine. You need to set rules and boundaries for yourself. And when you do that, another benefit of the relationships is that people are going to see that you changed. You're going to be a model of change. And the people who really value and respect you are going to come along, respect your boundaries, and start to change their own life as well. A lot of the difficulty that people have in changing, whether that's becoming sober or starting to be more healthy or starting to get in control of their finances, is they don't have a model. Maybe they don't know how it's done, or they don't relate to it because they don't know someone who's done it. So just being there, being someone in front who's, I've changed, so you can change too. I don't even need to coach you. I don't need to tell you how. You can just watch me, right? So you're gonna have the people who stick around are really gonna admire and appreciate and be glad for you just being you, because of the benefit that it brings to their life, just as a model of, here's how I can change too. So I promise you, the more years that you do it, the better it gets. The more months you do it, the easier it gets. The more your social life improves, the more your relationship with yourself improves, the better your health, the better your finances, the better you're going to feel about life. And based on all that, it's just a no-brainer. So how to start? Well, I have a course. There's a link to it down below. You can check it out. But just start off with some rules. Start off with some boundaries. And do that, you're going to be glad. Okay? Now comment down below if you found that helpful. It makes a big difference. Actually, leave a comment down below. So appreciate you. Much love. And talk to you soon. And peace.